talk a little about Pinocchio first, Ollie. Pinocchio was the second feature. It followed Snow White.
Well, when Walt started on that, why, they were going to follow the book. And in the book, why, Pinocchio squashes the cricket, which would have ended his role in that.
Yeah. I'll forgive you.
How do you take a pencil, on one drawing at a time, make a character think?
Well, you have to have some business that somebody as smart as Walt has worked out. That's the big thing. If you get business that doesn't require thinking or good personality relationships, why, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I think that's why Walt became on Snow White, and through all that whole picture, everything had to be better than something that had been done before. Mm-hmm. And he kept improving everything in the picture as he went along. And the same thing with Pinocchio. We started out with a little boy with a wooden head, and ended up with a little boy in effect. But it seemed to play better to the public, and I think he was right in what he did.
Did you always feel like a student learning about animation?
Every time we were in a meeting with him where he would talk about the story and how he was improving something, while you try to grasp his ideas and build on that, and try to get your characters to have the same type of life that he was looking for. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to get that, and it's not easy to talk about it the way he did. It was part of him, and he became, well, he was such a great entertainer. Mm-hmm. That's the big thing. Mm-hmm. And it was just in him to make everything better and keep making it better until you ran out of money.
Now, Frank, when you worked on Bambi, I know that there was a little mini zoo at the studio.
It was too hard to draw a real deer, a real skunk. They had real skunks, too. They kept them out on the back porch. And you couldn't draw them the way you would like to animate them. Mm-hmm. So you'd keep sort of pushing that aside and working on the animation of it. And then I found out that your best model was what was on film. And if you would get some models, some film that had been taken of a deer out in the woods, and jumping over things and running around, stopping and looking back, and all the things, stupid things that deer do. Yeah, and animators too, I guess. But I learned more from studying the film than I did from studying the actual animal.
On those deer, he did not like the long muzzle. And so he'd tell us, now when that deer has something to say, be sure it's behind a bush. And he thought it was okay on Bambi because you made the features so that they were kind of cute. Mm-hmm. But on the grown deer, and when Bambi goes back and finds his father after the mother's been shot, why, he said, now we got to have this all a mist so you don't see this guy talking.
When I look at the Three Caballeros scene, and I see some of the stuff, some of the crazy stuff you do in that, that was really revolutionary at the Disney studio especially, wasn't it?
Yes, I played the tune. They'd already recorded it, and it made me mad because it didn't have a storyboard or anything. So I decided to break all the rules of animation, and I don't know how to say it, but it was. I look back on it as the most fun I ever had.